So the Mega Dimension DLC for Pokemon Legends ZA just dropped, and now the biggest problem that players are facing early on in the story is this Mega Crabombinable fight. I'm gonna be honest, this is actually a really difficult, challenging fight. However, in this video, I aim to make it as easy as possible for you so you can do this with ease. With that being said, let's get into it. So once you get far enough in the story in the Mega Dimension DLC, you're going to come across this mission where you have to fight these two Mega Crabombinables. Now, first of all, new Mega Alert, I'm sorry if it's spoilers. However, I know this is going to be a challenging part for most people. I myself went through this battle about 10 separate times trying to figure out what the most effective way to beat it was. The thing I found that worked the best for me was actually using a Pokemon with Stealth Rocks. Now, this is going to be in combination with a few other strong Pokemon, but I do recommend that not only you bring a Pokemon with Stealth Rocks, if you have some with Toxic Spikes as well, that would probably work just as efficiently. I myself in this didn't really need it. That'll just probably make it a little bit easier for you. That being said, I really recommend that you bring a strong Psychic type. You can use Gardevoir as a good example. Mega Gardevoir should be able to breeze through this no problem. A strong Psychic or strong Fairy type should give you no issue taking this out. However, Mega Mewtwo is now a thing. The Mewtwo event just came out the other day. You can get that now through the mystery gift events in your game, so make sure you go to the online play and grab yourself the Mega Mewtwo if you have not already. That being said, this is just more than using one single Pokemon and making it easy breezy like that. You actually need to use some level of strategy. Treat this like a Dark Souls game. Your first move is going to be dropping down Stealth Rocks. That is the lead move that you're going to be using in this battle. What you want to be doing is throughout the battle be maneuvering in a way where you're luring the Crabominals back and forth so that every single time they move around the battlefield, they are being hit by the Stealth Rocks. Every single time they get hit by the Stealth Rocks, it does a significant amount of damage. Now, if you pair that with using a strong Fairy or Psychic type, again, I recommend Mewtwo, you will find yourself doing insane amounts of damage to these things right off the rip with no problems at all. Now, that being said, the Stealth Rocks is the main play that you're gonna have here. This is actually what does the most chip damage possible and makes it extremely easy for you to take these things out in an efficient amount of time, especially since you do have limited time inside of these hyperspace dimensions. You do want to make sure that you are using your time effectively. So my recommendation is just stack your party full of good wall Pokemon, and every single time your main attacker dies, swap out to something else, max revive the attacker. And then when you get the chance, max revive the Steelix as well. Max revives are going to be definitely essential in this battle. However, you can use regular revives too, but you also need to be able to be a bit agile and run away from the attacks of the Crabominable and not let your Pokemon get hit. I recommend withdrawing it, letting the healing bar recover at the bottom so that way you can be able to heal again. Once you use a revive, you're going to need to wait about 15 seconds or so for you to be able to use another healing item. So max revives are going to help you out a lot more in this. As you can see here, taking these Crabominables out with ease, it is so easy when you have Stealth Rocks. I couldn't believe how great of a strategy this was. This is by far the best way that you can take these things out fast and efficiently. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be your #1 source for everything Mega Dimension related, so if you have not already, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 100,000 once again, and also hit that like button if you enjoyed and found this helpful. I'm sure lots of other people will find this video useful. Share this around to some of your friends that you know might be stuck on this part of the game. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I will catch you again very soon for another Pokemon Legends ZA video.